Let's come back and focus on quality education. Earlier, we did talk about quality education in terms of providing this in the child's mother tongue. And so, instructional provisions or the medium of instruction is critical, and as this slide says, the first 3 years, which really are 3 years of preschool, nursery, kindergarten, and prep, or whatever names you may give these 3 years, the early years instruction needs to be in the mother tongue. Make sure that the teachers in those classrooms are able to speak, understand, use the language of the child, and the parents and the teachers and the students can communicate with one another and each other in the language so that even parents understand what the teacher expects, what the teacher requires, what the teacher demands. The student also knows what to do and how to do. So the mother tongue is absolutely critical in the early years. We don't see it today. I don't know of any school that teaches in Punjabi, Sindhi, Pashto, Balochi, or Saraiki as of this day. It's either Urdu or it's English or it's a mixture of both, which is not fair to young children. Because in these 3 early years, what you want the child to learn is simply a love for learning. And once the child begins to love learning, coming to school, wanting to be in the classroom with the teacher, no matter what you teach afterwards, the child will get it. But in these early years, with Urdu and English, when the child hates it, does not understand what is happening, what the teacher is saying, the child is not going to develop the love for learning even later on. That disadvantages the child. The choice of medium of instruction in school should be determined by the school heads in consultation with the local government, which is the district government. The local government is not the province, okay? The province of Punjab or the province of Sindh, the localities have different regional languages, and therefore children come with different mother tongues that they speak at home and are familiar with. The school should be located within every district, and then it is up to the school heads or the principals to decide, will the instruction be in Punjabi or Saraiki or some other dialect or whatever it is, and then develop the materials. The key here is not simply deciding on the language to use, but where are the materials coming from? Where are the textbooks? Where are the workbooks? Where are the guidebooks? Where are the readers? How is a child supposed to learn in a language for which no teaching materials are available? That is an issue. It is really an issue because you cannot teach with nothing. You have to have something to teach with. And the teacher alone, the human element on its own, is not enough for good classroom practices. The teacher needs charts, pictures, workbooks, readers, stories, lots of things to use in his or her teaching repertoire. English should be taught as a subject from grade 1 onwards. Now, grade 1, 2, if you begin teaching English as a subject and not using it to teach math and science and general knowledge and all the other stuff, not using English as a medium of instruction, but as a different, separate subject only. For 2-3 years, if this is what children are exposed to, and they can get good foundations in English, can get the English skills, they will then be ready to receive instruction in English in the other subjects and make sense of it. Otherwise, they will not make sense of it, and it will be tedious, hard work for students trying to understand other subjects in a language they are not familiar with. The medium of instruction in madrasas should be determined by the respective management in consultation with the education department. Now, as I said earlier also, madrasas should be teaching more than just religious education. Even children who go to madrasa schools should be exposed to contemporary thought of the 21st century. It is important for young students to understand where they stand today. And with religious education, to get secular education, I think you develop the whole child that way. And again, the language of instruction, the medium of instruction, what language teaching happens in should be determined by the respective madrasa management and the Department of Education. But if we want universal education so that children in all madrasas across the country receive the same level of quality education, something will need to be standardized at some point, because only then will our students coming out of any type of school or educational institution will have received a standard-based quality education.